Welcome back. Today marks exactly a year since a lockdown took effect. We're still experiencing the economic impact, especially with regards to student funding. We've seen various protests over the past few weeks and months. Now, crowdfunding platform Feenix believes the only way to address the challenge is through public-private partnerships, but sounds simpler than it is to put it into practice. I'm joined by Cara-Jean Petersen, Feenix Student Engagement Manager. Cara-Jean, morning to you. As I say, it sounds simple about bringing private and public together, but it's not as easy as that. Tell me about Feenix and how you're trying to fit the gap here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. So it definitely is not as simple as it sounds. We would love it to be. So Feenix, we started in 2017. We were actually as a response to the Fees Must Fall movement that started in 2015, and we see, different versions of Fees Must Fall movement happening each and every year amongst the student body. So what we did and what we built in 2017 that has continued is a crowdfunding platform for students. So it's a platform that connects communities. It's a tool that students can use for their own fundraising efforts within their own communities, and social media, which we've seen to be very powerful, especially in recent fundraising and crowdfunding initiatives we've seen emerge through different influencers. So that's great. And it's also a channel for communities and the private sector that really want to make a difference in students' lives but don't know where to find them or how to get to them. So that's now a channel for them to come onto our platform and make donations to students and support them in their ability to access education, graduate, and then get a job and feed into the economy. To date, we've raised about 76 million rand in 3 going on 4 years, and that's assisted over 1,900 students. So it's working.
It certainly is working. Apart from the money, though, Cara-Jean, a lot of it comes down to the access to information, and simply it means access to textbooks, access to learning material in whatever shape or form, particularly during lockdown, that education material has gone online. So laptops, access to computers, access to data is a major problem in this country still. So the money is great. I imagine there's a plan for the infrastructure to help students learn as well.
Yes, absolutely. So last year, actually, the timing worked out very well and better than we expected in terms of we did a study with our students pre-COVID just to find out what resources they needed to thrive versus just surviving. We really wanted to better understand those success factors and the differences. And we found that 46% of students said that they didn't have all the resources they needed to be as successful as they needed to be within their study. So that's laptops. That's access to textbooks and all the other resources they would need. We also had over 69% of students say that they were living on a res and relying on campus resources. Now you head into lockdown, students are sent home, things are shut down. So those numbers grow in terms of the lack of access to resources. So as a response to this, what we did last year, so before lockdown, we were assisting students to fundraise whatever they owed to the university. Because of our transparency and accountability mechanisms, we would pay money directly to the institution and not to the student. So that was things like tuition, accommodation, book allowance. It all depended on the university and what they charged the student. But then we saw this crisis in terms of students need the technology. They need to be able to get online. So we were able to do a response fund. We called it #CapTheGap, so capping that digital divide. And communities donated over 3.3 million rand for laptops, food vouchers, and data. And that was able to support just over 400 students for the 2020 academic year. So we've really seen communities come together. And as long as we're agile and we can use technology, for good, we've really seen it able to open up things and make the access to education more equitable, which is what it should be.
Freedom to access of education, always key. I'm going to say thank you for your time this morning. Congratulations to you and your team at Feenix. Cara-Jean Petersen from Feenix. She is the Student Engagement Manager, and incredible amounts of money being raised from crowdfunding, not just money, also food vouchers and the technology, as you hear, to try and keep higher education students in class, especially during lockdown and how difficult that has been.